Hello monster truck fans, and welcome to the second retro review video. Today we're going to be looking at the 2004 Hot Wheels Monster Jam Wild Thang.
Oh my! See all the red lights? Stop for scores! Oh no! A backflip and landed on Gravy. Oh my! Oh
my! Well, hello everyone to another retro review. This is the second retro review on the channel. Today we are looking at the 2004 Hot Wheels Monster Jam Wild Thang. So, I just got this truck today. By the time this is recording, just got the Wild Thing. This was used off of eBay, so you see the chips in the paint and whatnot. This is a fairly heavy truck. So, before we get into the diecast, I'm gonna give you a little brief history of Wild Thang. Wild Thang is a custom 3D skull body created by Tony Farrell in 1996, which this year marks the 30th anniversary of Wild Thang. It was owned by Tony Farrell from 1996 to 1999, when it was bought out by Paul Schaefer Motorsports. The truck ran until 2009, until it went on a year's hiatus, which is honestly sad, because in 2015, Tony Farrell passed away. However, in 2014, at Monster Jam World Finals 15, a man named Doug Charles revealed a brand new Wild Thang after getting the licensing to lease the name from Paul Schaefer and started running independent events. And then Wild Thang started competing full-time and has even ran in Monster Jam for a while. Not permanently, since this is an independent truck, and it retired in 2018. In 2022, it was announced by James Trantina, owner of Triple B Motorsports, that he has bought the entire operation of Paul Schaefer Motorsports, which include all the trucks and haulers, including Wild Thang. And so in 2022 and onwards, Wild Thang has competed on the Oz Monster body and has stayed the same ever since. I honestly don't like this design. So that's a brief history of Wild Thang. Now let's take a look at the diecast here. This is an original metal base small hub chassis. You can tell from the small hubs here and the wheelbase and the metal chassis. I do have one other truck like this, probably released around the same time, that is Sudden Impact. And it is honestly great to see two trucks from the same era and how far we have come when it comes to diecast monster trucks. But Sudden Impact is worth for another day. Let's focus on Wild Thang. So, at the time, this was a really good Wild Thang, and it still is. It still holds up. You got the name right there. You got the USHRA logo. You got all the cracks along it, on the skull. This is a 3D skull. You got the headband that's, and you got the teeth. The teeth are the main selling point for me. Wow, this is why it's called Wild Thang. And there's a name. I'm honestly annoyed by that paint chip on the W right there. That's but what am I gonna do? This was used off eBay. This was won in an auction off eBay for $5. Yeah, $5. Was it worth it or not? But anyways, yeah, there's more chips up here. These cracks. I feel like the chips add more to Wild Thang's character, but let me know in the comments if you do. But anyways, sure, the truck, this mold and look may look outdated and cartoonish, but I'm a little biased, and I really love Wild Thang. And oh yeah, one thing to note: this doesn't have a Monster Jam logo on it. And unlike Sudden Impact, much like Sudden Impact here, that's because I don't think they were required at the time, and I don't think a Monster Jam logo on a truck was mandatory at the time of 2004. So, yeah, I'll be honest. I originally thought Wild Thang was a gorilla, but now I know it's a 3D skull with sunglasses. So yeah, this is a very, very popular truck, a really famous one at that. And I'm glad to have Wild Thang in my collection. I give this diecast a 9 out of 10, honestly. If you want me to put this on a Spin Master chassis, it's most likely not going to happen since, it's that kind of screw. I don't know how to get that off. But, yeah, this is so 10 out of 10 diecast. Let me know what other diecast you want me to review. Let me know if you want to see a retro review of Sudden Impact or any other truck for that matter. This is Casey Jr. with Monster Truck. Casey Jr.'s Monster Trucks Customs Reviews, signing out.